Hey there, divers! Today is part 3 of our trip to Catalina Island, California with the Giant Stride dive boat. We're going to be diving Strawberry Reef once again on the west end of Catalina Island. This is going to be a particularly shallow dive site with tons of kelp and sunlight. So, if you are a kelp enthusiast, much like myself, this is the video for you. Once again, we're going to be taking the scooters out so we can cover as much of this luscious kelp as possible. We're going to be heading east, and then we're going to head west, and then we're going to meet up with our boat instead of making Captain Jim come and find us like we did last time. Come along, it's going to be a very good fun. I'll see you there. Once again, the day starts off in San Pedro. Click the link here to see more about what it's like to dive with a Giant Stride. Again, this dive is all the way over on the west side of Catalina Island. This is our third dive of the day, so after situating ourselves, we're going to be heading right down into the action. The Strawberry Reef here is some absolutely fantastic big boulders covered in that nice eel grass, as well as some marvelous kelp forest stretching in either direction. We're going to be starting today off heading east along the shoreline, just enjoying the edge of that kelp forest as much as we can. This is our last dive of the day, dive number 3, so we're going to be keeping things especially shallow, saving some gas, as well as using up that minimal NDL that we've been chipping away at for the entire day. That's right, as you might have heard me exclaim just there, it's a little bit chillier than it has been the last 2 dives. While the last 2 dives have been pretty consistent in the low 60s, this dive on Strawberry Reef, while the shallowest, is going to drop to about 53 degrees, a little bit chilly for my non-hooded head. A lot of this video is just going to be cruising. We didn't have any particular landmarks that we were shooting for. We're just having a good time, following the edge of the forest, weaving in and out of the kelp, just looking for fish, sunlight, rocks, I don't know. Just having a good time, enjoying the water. Check out that incredible visibility. Even though we're about 25-30 feet deep, the water quality is so good we can see those crepuscular rays coming all the way down to the rocky bottom, shooting their beautiful rainbow light all over the seafloor. Coming through this little stand of kelp stipes here, I'm going to come across an absolutely jaw-dropping little rock feature. On a lesser day, this might not look like much, but with the nearly infinite visibility we have today, it's pretty incredible to see this big square rock sticking out on the edge of this reef with this lovely forest of kelp growing on top of it. I'm signaling to my buddies, look at this shit, isn't that amazing? They're a little bit far beyond, so I'm just gonna turn the scooter off, throw it behind me, and lay on my back and just enjoy the view. Sometimes we're gonna stop and just enjoy what's in front of us. Continuing on, we're still heading eastward. We're just following the edge of this reef, weaving in and out when we can, and enjoying that sunlight, good clean water, lots of fish. It's, I don't know, you can't ask for more. As we keep making our way east, we're hitting the edge of the forest here, and looking past Diver H, I can see something glinting in the sunlight, calling to me, like the ring calls to Schmeagol. I can see something bright and glittery out here in the sand and the gravel. I'm sure you can see it now too. It calls to me. It calls to me strong. I have to come find it. I run out. It's probably 100 feet from the edge of the kelp forest, but I have to see what it is. And I'm not disappointed. It's an absolutely spectacular little piece of abalone shell. Pristine, clean, super fresh, no barnacles and shit growing on it. It's absolutely marvelous. Hey boys, check that out. That's a pretty nice one. That's going straight in the pocket, taking it back to the boat, showing it off. As we're coming off the gravel flats there, you can really show off that incredible visibility. It's like you can just see to the edge of space. We're all feeling pretty lovey-dovey here, just enjoying the beauty of nature. Diverge can be a little head pat. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. A little reassurance I'm doing things okay. Let's follow our buddy and chop up his bubbles in our propeller here as we cut our way across this forest. You can see there's a nice little boat hanging up in the center, just above those kelp fronds there. At this point, we've hit our turnaround about 25 minutes into the dive, just meandering along the edge of that forest. Here we are, heading back westward toward our boat here, cutting in a little bit deeper into the forest. I'm gonna start making my nice serpentine motions through it. This patch of kelp's a little bit tighter than some of our previous bits have been. I'm making some real tight corners, just barely making my way through these types. Absolutely gorgeous though, just banger shot after banger shot. Coming up to this big rock on the edge of the reef again, I'm gonna take a little bit of a deeper path underneath my compatriots here, heading past these golden gorgonians, sneaking through between these kelp and the rock face itself. It's a really cool shot, I think. Coming in tight after that rock, there's just a tiny bit of current over here. You can see that kelp laid down just a little bit at the tips. Once again, cutting in deep on the kelp forest here. Amazing to see those shafts of sunlight coming down those big boulders. These nice alleyways cutting through the forest. We've just about made it back to the boat here, but the dive is still young. We've still got a couple minutes left on our gate time, so we're going to continue just a little ways past our boat heading west. As we continue west, the bottom starts to drop out a little bit. It gets a little bit deeper on the edge of this kelp forest here. We're going to continue to hang out at about 30 feet, but things are going to get a little bit deeper. The bottom below us is maybe 45, 50. This here is some particularly beautiful stuff though. Getting a little bit of extra depth just gives it length for that sunlight to hit the kelp on. It's extra emerald green over here. Very, very pleasant. It's very cool to see the edge of the forest here, these 40, 50 foot long stipes of kelp hanging out over that open water, over the sand where they can't grow. I'm gonna make a quick little turnaround here. I see a nice big opening. We're gonna cut into the kelp, turn around, and then you can see there's a little bit of current here again, just pulling those tips over. We're gonna follow that right back out to the edge of the forest and then turn back toward our boat. Once again, this is top 10 dive worthy stuff. Absolutely incredible. All this sunlight, the clean water, the kelp. It's just an amazing picture. I'm real sorry, but I can't help but let these shots run long. It would pain me to cut any of this beautiful footage out just for the sake of expediting the video. About this time, we're gonna hit the surface, and old Jim's gonna tell us, hey boys, why not take another 15 minutes? And to that I say, aye, Captain. I can't get enough of this right now. I am absolutely desperate to stay in the water. I think I will take that extra 15 minutes and take a couple extra laps in the shallows here. Here we're heading due south from the boat. We're heading right towards the mainland, deep into Strawberry Reef. From here on, we're going to be keeping things a little bit shallower than 20 feet. We're going to be spending a lot of time in these rock gardens, lots of space between these real short kelp stipes, lots of eel grass on big boulders, just weaving around, having a good time. Getting towards the end of that extra 15 minutes here, I'm just gonna throw my data card up and let it run out. It's been an absolute pleasure. This was a fantastic day of diving. Hopefully many more to come for the rest of this year. I'll see you next time. Safe diving and happy bubbles. Bye-bye.